friends, spring is in full bloom here on the farm. It is time to start some seeds and set up the brooder for the baby chicks. Then sneak away with us to Esler Bluffs for some rock climbing and a campfire cookout. It is the end of April and I am way behind on starting seeds for my garden this year, but better late than never. So today the kids and I are going to work on filling up our trays with some soil and starting the first seeds that need to get planted.
It's already pretty damp. Yeah.
It's a little bit. It's not wet enough though for starting seeds. It's a lot easier to get it wet before we start watering, before we put the seeds in, and then we just water it a little bit after.
So unchunk up, falling apart.
Okay, so here, ready? I'm going to put some water in. Sorry.
Your hands are going to get dirty in this structure.
Yeah, you're going to get dirty. That's what gardening is all about. Okay, now give that a really good stir and make sure you get right down to the bottom. Lori, you can do this one. We're gonna do this much basil. Baby chick day today. So these guys are gonna help me set up the new pen.
Okay, we're gonna close this up now so it can get nice and toasty before the chicks get here this evening. They're so noisy.
Did you hear them?
Yeah, I heard them as soon as you walked in the door.
Yeah.
Look at those little fluffballs.
Okay, let's get these guys home before they get cold.
Yeah. They're so fuzzy.
You're so cute, hey?
They're so loud.
Well, the chicks have been here for a couple of hours now, which should be enough time for them to settle in. So I'm just gonna walk out and have a look and make sure it looks like the temperature is right and that they found the food and water and all the things they need to be happy overnight. And they look just perfect. So what we want to see is the chicks just loosely huddled towards the center of the pen. We would know they're too cold if they were all huddled right in the middle under the hot spot of the heat lamp, or too hot if they were all spaced around the outside. Now it does look like there's a bit of a hot spot right in the center under the heat lamps, but it's pretty breezy in our barn, so that's hard to avoid. If I bring them up any higher, I think they'll get cold. It's also evening, it's gonna start getting colder, so I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. They look totally content, eating and drinking, happy little chickies. dear?
Up to Esler's.
Up to Esler to do what?
To have Mr. Beast tours.
Nice. And what are we gonna do up there?
Go rock climbing.
Rock climbing.
Hot dogs.
And hot dogs.
Our plan should be when we get up there, we should, rather than digging out all the climbing gear right away, we should explore around for a little bit. So we should go for a bit of a hike and check out some of the trails and caves we discovered up there and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good way to start out. We'll explore around and then decide where we want to climb, what we want to do.
Who knows what kind of rocks these are?
I don't know.
What kind of rocks are those?
What are they called? Slime Peak rocks.
These are, the cliffs here are, the bluffs are made out of limestone.
Limestone?
Limestone.
You eat them?
You can't eat them, no. They're not
I feel
sour.
like I did know that. But
They're made out of calcium carbonate. It's essentially like baking soda. I don't know why I said that so weird.
Millions of years ago, this whole area was underwater. Tiny shells, coral pieces, and sea creatures slowly sank to the ocean floor, piling up like underwater snow. Over time, the weight of all those layers pressed everything together. Bit by bit, soft sediment turned into solid limestone rock. But the Earth kept moving. Tectonic plates shifted, earthquakes shook, and huge chunks of that ancient sea floor were pushed up far above sea level. And that's exactly what happened here at Esler Bluffs, just outside of Williams Lake, BC. What was once ocean floor now sits almost 1,000 meters above sea level. With the help of millions of years of erosion from glaciers, wind, and rain, this is what the landscape looks like now. Today, instead of seashells drifting down, we've got climbers going up. Each ledge is a slice of ancient ocean life frozen in stone. We're out here pretty much in the middle of nowhere. There's a couple other vehicles, but they're not in this area and they've said it's not their fire. We've come across this very much smoldering fire, so we're going to deal with it because it's a pretty high wildfire risk right now. You definitely don't want something like this left unattended in the middle of the woods. So we're going to run back and grab our jug of water, put it out so everything is safe.
Gotta love finding someone else's unattended campfire out in the woods.
And we've been here for an hour now at least, and it's still that hot.
Good enough? Save some of the water for our lunch fire.
Starting woods.
Nice one.
yes, I finally got it through the bottom. Every hot dog I get goes through the side. Darn it, that one went through the
I ain't
side.
afraid of the dark. 'Cause once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't
It's really yummy.
mind the rain, bringing life back. We can breathe again. When
Feastable
dealing with
s'mores.
the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. Ooh, that's the way
How are you gonna eat that?
it
I
goes.
don't know.
Life will teach you what you need to know.
I'm excited to go walk around for my first ever time in my entire life.
How's that? Good?
Life will take you where you need
Be
to
careful
go.
with trying to hold yourself up by that. You're gonna take a spill backwards.
Getting old don't bother me. 'Cause with eyes that's been through life
we're just hiking up to where the slabs are. It's a little bit of a hike, but I think Kyle's got the worst of it with the big heavy rope bag.
Truth can be a bitter pill, but it'll do you right and set you free the way a lie never will, like climbing up the steepest hill.
So this is where we're going to start here. This is the bottom where we'll start climbing from, but we'll go up top and set up an anchor, and then we'll just pull the belly of this up and hang it up there for our top rope.
All right.
Like the river flows, life will take you where you need to go.
Do you remember what this knot's called? That's called a figure 8. Okay,
Oh, it looks like an 8 because that's 3 little circles.
because it looks like an 8, yeah? Perfect. And once you're all hooked up, I'm going to tell you you're on belay. Gotta stand on that left foot, trust that left foot and get up there. There you go. Attaboy. It's all you now.
That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know.
Nice.
Like a river flows,
Good climbing, Jer.
take you where you
I'm already really high up off the ground.
where you need to go.
High five, you two.
Yeah.
Figure 8. Okay, so we're going to make sure that knot's tied right. It's in figure 8 and it looks nice and clean. And we're going to make sure it loops through the right places on your harness, right? Loops through here. It follows the same path as this belay loop. We belay off the belay loop and we tie our climbing rope around there.
Okay.
Okay?
Am I ready to climb?
Climb on.
People knew her by her will to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the hill,
Under it.
serving coffee to strangers, talking about revenue. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone, but she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survived the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at? Why'd you fall back? Lately, your afterglow is shining brighter, waking up an easy egg.
What an absolutely incredible day. Back at the farm, the seedlings are growing strong and work continues for most of us. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to subscribe and come back next week for our epic adventure to Farwell Canyon to see the famous hoodoos and sand dunes.